Assalamu alaikum
wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh. Okay, with this time we're doing it different, guys. We're not saying it together. I'm saying one part, he's saying one part, and then
we want to share. Sharing is caring.
Yeah. MashaAllah. Anyway, guys, we're gonna carry on from where we left off.
What we left off. I hope everybody knows where we left off, eh?
I'm sure they're shouting at the screen again.
I bet you want to know where we left off, eh?
Yeah, and I'm sure they know. They know,
Okay.
inshallah. Sometime later, Ibrahim alayhi salam returned to Makkah and rejoined Hajar alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam. Ismail alayhi salam would be loving, and he'd play with his father as a young child.
And that's normal. You know, every child and every parent, when a child is growing up, a father or a mother, they would like playing with that child. And I know all the children remember this. As look, we're old now. We know we've reached a certain age of life, and when we see young children getting loved by their parents, it reminds us of how they must have been with us when we
Yes,
were young.
of course.
So it is, something so amazing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Parents, they do everything for the young children. They love them, play with them, and it's that bond that gets created.
If only you knew how much your parents love you.
Subhanallah.
If only you knew. Sometimes they might say something harsh to you, or they might say something that you don't like or you don't think it's right. But guys, you got to understand your experience and your parents' experience. They've lived through everything you're living through now, and they've come to a certain position. When you make a move, they kind of understand what you're doing.
They're trying to parents are always protective.
Always,
Yeah, when we
always.
are even 60, 70 and we still have, they're always going to be protective over us.
Of course,
So
for
parents will always love, and that's how it was with Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. He
Yep.
was, at that point of his life, he was playing with Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam, enjoying the moments. These are
Because
memories.
Ibrahim alayhi salam became a bit more older, where he can play
Yeah.
with his father, and
And all the years
They were
of
bonding.
traveling, and all the years of being away. Remember, it's
Ibrahim
all
alayhi salam was
because
away. Yes.
because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's
Subhanallah,
command.
yes. Yep.
The Khalilullah is becoming, the friendship is becoming stronger and stronger.
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 Subhanallah.
And there's always a test for it as well. Something's coming to Ibrahim alayhi salam to see how much more love does he have for his creator, Allah
Sure,
subhanahu wa
mashallah.
ta'ala.
Yes.
So Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was loving, caring, playing with his child, and then what happened?
And then what happens? Ibrahim alayhi salam, he has a dream.
One day,
Yes, one day he has a dream, and in which he was sacrificing his son Ismail alayhi salam. This was an instruction from Allah. He told his son about the dream, who said to his father that if this was Allah's command, then he was willing to get sacrificed.
wow, Ustad Abdullah.
Subhanallah.
Something you've just said,
Subhanallah.
unbelievable.
Subhanallah.
Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam sees a dream.
Subhanallah. Yes.
Allah commands him. Yeah?
Subhanallah. Yes.
And he tells his child about the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the child then says, Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam, if it is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants,
So crazy.
look at the friendship. It is passing from his father to his son. The father is telling the son that my Lord, my Creator, my Allah has told me this. He has instructed me to sacrifice you. And you as my son, when you hear this,
It's unbelievable.
He says-
Ismail alayhi salam straight away.
he says that, Father, if it is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has instructed you to do, then I'm happy for it to happen. Subhanallah.
These things make you cry when you think about
Subhanallah.
it. Subhanallah. Huh?
This is love. This
Check the
is
love between the
father and son. This is the love between father and son and Allah. Thus, that's why they say Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was the most an amazing prophet, an amazing worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam's son then says, Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam says that I'm happy to be sacrificed if it is the hukum and if it is the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
He told his son about the dream, who said to his father that he was willing to get sacrificed if that was Allah's command. Then he should obey it. Ibrahim alayhi salam took his son Ismail alayhi salam to Mina.
Remember Mina, everybody, yeah? Remember the word Mina. It has a very big significance in what the Muslims do today.
Yes. So he took him to Mina, and whilst he was going to sacrifice him, he closed his eyes, and obviously he started doing what he wanted to do, the sacrifice. And when Ibrahim alayhi salam opened his eyes, that he had sacrificed, he seen that he has sacrificed a ram, instead of Ismail alayhi salam. Even until now, Muslims make this sacrifice at Hajj time.
Can you imagine? Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam was following the instructions. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam took him to Mina, and he was actually took him to the place where he was going to sacrifice. Wallahi, this is the biggest sacrifice that anybody can ever do, sacrifice a child. And this is only because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told him.
We cannot
do you
do
think
this,
we could do it?
We
No,
cannot do this, yeah.
And do you know what? Everybody that's listening, what is sacrifice? Sacrifice is listening to your parents. Listening to what they tell you, advise you.
There's so many ways you can sacrifice.
So many different ways. Listen to your parents. If they advise you, son, daughter, follow, go to this school or learn this subject, and if you can't do this, they always try to give you the best. Sometimes parents try to be firm on you so that you become better at what you do. So never ever feel your parents don't ever love you. Your parents always love you. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, he took his son to Mina. Mina is a place where people, when they go for Hajj, which is a place where they have to spend certain period of days because of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. This is after Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam had taken his son to Mina. From then onwards, it became a part of the Hajj.
Yes.
So then Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was going to sacrifice his son. Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam was put, and he was ready. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then miraculously changed that into a ram. That's why people also do the sacrifice at the time of Hajj. After this, Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam left Makkah only to return few years later. When he arrived, he decided to do something. But to do that something, and what he did, we will leave it inshallah for the next episode.
Inshallah ta'ala.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.